Alright guys, this is a super quick video. It's just on the Team Associated MT12, and it'll be for replacing the drive shafts front and rear. The only thing about this car is you can't really get to the drive shafts from below or from the side or anything. The grub screws that hold the drive shafts in on the gearbox in the center. You can get to them on the back side, no problem, you know, at the axles. That's easy to get to, but they don't break there. They always break at that point. So the only way to do it really is to release these 4 screws. There's 4 screws on this plate, and then walk that plate out, and then you can get to the screws real easy right there. You can see them that well, but they're right there. Oh, something to note. These things fall off when you pull that plate up, and this one's short. I mean, this one's long, and the up front one is short. But I think I glued it in place so it doesn't move on me. I think I'll do the same on this other one. But anyways, yeah, that's it. Take out the grub screws and replace them. I think the monster van was made to do stunts, basically. But I'm thinking it could kind of turn it into a crawler if I ever wanted to. It has a place in the back for like a rear bumper and a front bumper, and even side attachments for whatever. I don't know if you can see it that well. Get it up in the light for you. Little side attachments. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be a crawler. I wouldn't know what, I mean, if I was ever to upgrade or try to get different axles for it, I would get the wrong thing, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of keep it like it is. I'll just run it on 2S and probably do that. But it would be kind of neat to get a different body on this thing and get some bumpers and stuff on it. I just don't know what would adapt to this Team Associated. I mean, you know, maybe some other manufacturer with square posts on them for like a bumper. Maybe I have to make my own. All right, I just thought I'd just share the chassis of this guy. All right, let's finish getting the drive shafts in on my MT12 from Team Associated. As I said earlier, these broke, so I'm just replacing them. They weren't very expensive. You know, actually, I like the MT12 better than my mini LMT. It does everything the LMT does. It's cheaper, bigger, easier to upgrade. I can run 3S in this thing. Now that I did run 3S and found the weak link, I'm just going to run 2S. It still runs better than the LMT. So anyways, it's going to take a 1.5 millimeter hex to pull that. I call them Allens. You guys call them hexes. I don't know. Well, I have to say, it was really hard getting this one off. And getting this one on, man, I don't want the front's as hard as the rear, as at the transmission, but it's really, really tight. We'll try one more time around the block. Yeah, it does go on. Yeah, it's just real tight. Okay, let's try it with the drive shaft assembled, so I don't have to pull the front off and go through the same process. Nah. Sorry guys, I'm not real proficient here. Okay, so there. Get yourself rotated to the upward position and get that baby crammed on there. Kind of because it's diving in at an angle, that's why it's probably so tight to get in. But I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Oh, it went. Oh, that's tight, man. That is tight. Okay, then take your 1.5 and go ahead and tighten her in. You don't need Loctite or anything because this is just going through plastic and into plastic. You know, it's just all plastic. No metal involved. Just self-tapping into the plastic. Sometimes you have trouble getting stuff lined up, so what I always do is this. I'll take that out and I'll get me my little cheater tool here. If I can find it. I need a real straight one. This one, that one's too thick. This one will probably work. Let's see. Let's see here. Got to get the holes lined up, man. Well, not bad. I need something different than this. Like even a little nail would work. Should go all the way through. There we go. There we go. That's more aligned. Oh, come on, baby. Get out. Oh, boy. It's hard to do stuff when you're filming. Okay. Oh man. It's all fun, guys. This is all fun. There we go. No, is it taken? Not taken at all. Okay, got another trick up my sleeve, and that will be this one. Let's see here. These are just like dental tools. You can, a lot of times you can find them at swap meets and stuff. And they just always help me align the holes up and stuff. I'm just not aligned very well. I'm up top because they're both the same. Am I too far forward maybe? Nah. Ah, frustrating. Okay, so it backed down a little bit. Okay. Bring it forward some, that's what it is. And I really should have left this crossbar out, but being that I temporarily glued it in, I'm leaving it there till I get this. Ah. Let's see if this helps. I straightened it out by beating it with a hammer. Dental tools, you can get them at swap meets and stuff. Yeah, that's going all the way through now. That's what I needed. So I really needed. Oh, but it hits the chassis underneath. Man, boy. See, as this tapers, it'll pull the holes together so you can get that screw in there. I may need to chop some of that off even. But I should be able to do this. I hate to drive it in there with a drill. Yeah, sometimes when you use a drill motor or an electric screwdriver, it'll help find the hole a little better, but I'm trying to be gentle with this guy. I really am. Okay, so that one went in good. Okay, that's where it needs to be. I really might need to remove that bar there. That might be my whole problem, because I'm not coming in straight, you know? So I'm bending a little bit. Yeah, let's do that, because it's not a big deal. Are these 1.5s? No, these are 2mm. And I super glued it down, so I don't know how lucky I'll be getting this loose, but we'll see. We'll see. I just put a very small dab on there. But if it holds, it holds. I mean, that's why they probably want it to be replaceable. Bummer. Ah, bummer. Nah, it ain't gonna happen, man. Well, sometimes you gotta fight things, you know? Sometimes you gotta really fight things. Okay, let's do it again. Let's see. Just don't give up. That's the whole thing. Do not give up. I should drill a hole through the skid plate so I can go through. And then I wouldn't have to pull this off. And I could really get those holes lined up. But I'm not having any luck getting that lined up. Dang it. Maybe. That might be it. We'll try one more time. One more time. Yeah, boy. You guys are saying, what the hell? What the hell's wrong, Bob? There we go. Is it taken? No, it's not taken. I may have to resort to another method here. Well, let's do the other side and see how that goes. You don't need to heat up these screws because they're just going through plastic, so they're easy to get out, other than they don't fall out. You got to get them out with tweezers, I guess. Oh boy, I'm dropping stuff. Got to get them out there with the tweezers. Okay. Ah, come on, buddy. I can't get them with those. I need better tweezers. But I could do this. See that screw, man. I don't care. However I can get it out of there. Oh, God. I've never had so much trouble with a little car before. Okay, let's see. Okay. Always the right tool for the job. Tweezers were a little too flimsy to try to grab that screw with. Now I got to go back a ways. Okay, there we go. Maybe even more. Okay, not so much. Come on, buddy. Come on, right in there. That's what I want. Am I loose all the way? That's crazy, man. Crazy Bob. Trying to get this screw out of here. No, can't take crazy Dad's RC thrown away from him. Okay, now come on. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I mean, it's out. It just has to come out. Then they're pretty tight, man. Can't pry it out, can't do nothing with it. The other one was fairly tight too, but not this tight. I was born at night, but not last night. Oh man, come on. Okay, so now I gotta rotate you back so I can get to you again. And even that bucking up against this thing, this cover here, I'm not gonna get it. Because it's hitting up against, this back one is actually hitting up against here on this top plate. And I don't wanna pull that off, geez. All this work just to change a drive shaft? I won't run 3S on this again. Could have rebuilt a whole car in this amount of time. Oh man. Okay, so that has to come off. That sucks. Oh man. You ever see someone get mad at their RC? They want to just break it? Oh man, I'm sure you guys go through the same stuff as I do. Well, let's give this a try. Sometimes this helps when you use a drill because it kind of, the speed of the drill kind of helps. There you go, okay. You can kind of move around as you do it. Yeah. Nope, 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 nope. Hope I didn't lose the screw. Oh, God. Hope you guys are enjoying this. All right, so I went ahead and pulled these 4 screws here. And it's enough to lift it up a little ways. It's kind of held in there a little bit. But enough to get that screw out, I imagine. Let's see. Let us see. Yeah, it came right out. No problem. So that was stopping it there. All right, well, let's get the drive shafts on. I thought I'd show you guys this. On the stock motor, it has a really long shaft. So the pinion gear has to reach out quite a ways to make it to this gear that it's supposed to ride on. It's definitely not, doesn't ride on that gear. It rides on this gear here. So I'm just saying, I had a few motors this size, and the brushed motor that was in there was just had a really long motor shaft and whatever. But anyways, I should be able to get this this off. Yeah, the motor shaft, it was like kind of a rarity for a brushless motor with a long shaft like that in this can size. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second and see if I can get that end off that drive shaft. It's like you have to take a really fine straight bladed screwdriver to get in between there to get it started because it's just really tight. If you can see what I'm doing here, but yeah, okay. Yep, that was a trick. God, I thought I was getting good with RC cars, but sometimes it's just kind of difficult. Okay, you can see what it looks like maybe. I don't know. Okay, I lost the one screw. I'm never going to find it. That's okay. I'll make something work. The bottom half is not threaded. It's just a smooth shaft, and then there's threads at the top. I'm going to do a full threaded one. I may clean off some of the thread at the bottom, but either way, both sides of this are the same size holes, so it'll just thread through all the way. So I hope. We'll see. Not that it really matters, but I did find the other screw thanks to my carpeted bench. That's why I like carpet, because if a screw bounces off somewhere, it's going to pretty much be on the carpet. All right, let me get them in there. 2-hour job to put a drive shaft on. Okay, that went in pretty easy actually. And what it is this end of the drive shaft really has to go back all the way tight up against that bearing as you can get it. You know, it's got to go way back there. Matter of fact, I'll probably have to push it by hand. I'll have to set the camera down to do it. But like this other one, see how it's bucked up against the bearing right there? I mean, it's real tight up against the bearing. This has got to go back farther, then it'll be lined up. All right, I tried pushing it in position and it just wasn't going. So these dental tools worked out good. I mean, I've got a bunch of them. I got them at the swap meet. I use them all the time. Don't use them on my teeth, but I use them on my cars. It's, you know, just wasn't machined out deep enough. I don't know, but it's just dead stop. You know, I can't go on far enough. Okay, so like I say, I went ahead and reamed out the inside a little bit. I mean, same size drill bit, was a 23, I believe. Let's see, it was a 23 or a 1.164 millimeter. So that cleaned it out a little bit. Let's see if it'll go on now. All right, guys, finally got it. I really had to fight it though, man. I really did. Drilling it out barely helped. I had to use both of my picks. I used the small one first, of course, to walk it in pretty close, and then this one was a perfect size to get it lined up perfect. So I don't know if you guys will have that same kind of trouble, but I sure did have some trouble. I still like my MT12 better than the low CLMT Mini. The Mini's just too light and it flops all over the place. I guess if you were taking your time and whatever. Okay, the cover only goes on one way, of course, but on this cover, I really chewed the heck out of it and got, I had to grind it all out because the gear's a little bit bigger, motor's bigger. It just wasn't the same as the original. You'd probably be better off buying a replacement motor that was made for the car. But, I just used what I had. So I'm just going to run this on 2S from now on, and it should do really well. Appreciate you guys watching, and like and subscribe if you like the video. I don't know if you will, but you guys have a great day. All right.